Hey guys, it's that time of year once again, and y'all know what this is. It is my top 10 ranking and recap video for the year. And yeah, it's been such a really nice year this year. Just a lot of things just in the Transformers and just stuff in general. It's just been a very fun, amazing year. And yeah, just as always, we're going to be taking a look at my top 10, my honorable mentions, and just, like a quick recap of the year of just everything. And so yeah, let's just jump right into it with our honorable mentions. And here is our first of our honorable mentions. It is Rid 2001 Mega Octane, and I absolutely love this guy. He was one of the earlier pickups. I think I got him around February, April. And I absolutely love this guy. You don't have to get the Mega Octane. You can get G1 Onslaught. You can get Mega Octane. You can get, I think there's 2 or 3 repaints of Mega Octane, like from Universe and RID 2001. So either way, I would really, really recommend getting Octane, Mega Octane, I should say, or Onslaught, whichever version you want to get, because this mold is phenomenal. I really, 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 truly love it. Wasn't good enough to put him on the full list, but he is definitely good enough to land himself on the honorable mentions because he just is very good. Obviously, he doesn't really have very much articulation. His head can rotate. I don't know if that's on the original Onslaught toy, but at least on Mega Octane, he can. But, his legs can move out, and you do have to deal with the sliders in his legs that can get all worn out. But really, number one, I got mine for a really good price. It was an auction on eBay. I got mine for a really nice price, but he's just a very, very nice toy. Very well put together. Like I said, he can just really move his arm, but that's okay. But it's really his transformation where he shines. He just has a very tactile and fun transformation. I absolutely love his, artillery, truck mode, or whatever you might want to say, truck mode. I just really, really love that. Love semis, love, artillery cannons, and the fact that he's both, and he can haul, Swindle and a Brawl on his back if you on the back of the truck if you take the gun off. I love even more. Is just such a good, fun mold, and I really like it, and really recommend you getting this mold if you just want a really fun G1 toy. Here is our other honorable mention. It is a red Diaclone driver. He's so small the camera's having trouble focusing on him. But my grandma, she just gave this to me randomly at the beginning of the year, or close to the beginning of the year. She was like, I don't know what this is, so do you know what this is? And I was like, that is a Diaclone driver. I don't think Diaclone ever made it to the States. I don't think so. It might have. I really don't know, but I really, really love having this guy. I'm going to try to, yeah, there we go. Really love having this guy because I probably wouldn't have ever thought about getting anything Diaclone. Just, if I have the G1 toys, I don't really need to get the Diaclone toys unless it's the Diaclone specific toys. But, yeah, I just like having it, and more just put it on like, Horrible's head last year is that, it's just something so incredibly expensive, I guess you could say. I just had to put it on the list. But yeah, I really like having it, and the fact that my grandma found it, and I don't know where she got it. I don't think she even remembered where she got it, but yeah, I really like having it. It's just, a piece of history for the franchise, and just really cool to have. So here's another super early entry. I got this guy during Christmas, 2023. It's 86 Ratchet, and I really, really like this guy. I don't really know about him being a Voyager. I do really like it. I think it's really tough talking about this guy and 86 Ironhide because they're Voyagers. They're not Deluxes, and they're small Voyagers. But I really do like it. He definitely feels hefty enough, like he doesn't feel a hollow, which I think he might have if he was a Deluxe trying to do all the stuff that he does. The windshields, the way they tab in, especially this peg. I think the way it tabs into the windshield is really stiff on mine. I feel like I've heard that from other people with this guy, but the clear plastic is thick enough, especially here, that I don't feel like it's gonna break. And here I don't feel like it's gonna break. But I really like him. His articulation is very, very nice. Obviously, it's just the standard stuff. As always, love his little silver guns. One thing I do find weird is that these pieces come off. Obviously, probably just to keep this so they can just mold this piece differently, so they don't have to remold this entire piece from Ironhide. But I don't know, but it's okay. I really, really do like this guy. He's just a very, very solid toy, and his transformation is a little complex, but it's not too overly complex, and it really works. I really do like it. Here we have the Dagaran X model kit, and I absolutely love this thing. It's just phenomenal and amazing. I'm glad I got mine for a really good price. I see he goes for like $80, $70 to $80, and I really do like this guy. Love that he feels like a figure, not a model. But for $80, I would wait till he goes on sale. As much as I love this guy, I can't recommend him for that price, for what I see him on like Big Bad Toy Store and other places. But if you can get him on sale, I really, really like him. Just his articulation is phenomenal. His heft and feel is phenomenal. Just absolutely love it. Love the design. It looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to getting more Kotobukiya Brave kits, but they are quite expensive, especially compared to some Gunpla kits. But I do really, really like this guy. He's a very, very nice model. Feels very nice. Builds very nice. The engineering of it is very nice. Like, just a couple little nub marks that are exposed. All of it is done very, very well. So I really, really, really like this guy. If you just like cool model kits in general, I would really recommend getting this guy, especially if you have any affinity for the Brave series and the Dagaran X. So, of course, I had to get a Bionicle set on this list, and of course, it was Kreka. I just absolutely love Kreka. He's just so incredibly weird. I do like the fact that I have him and Nadiki now, that they can sit next to each other on the shelf. But I really, really like this guy. He's super, super interesting. Just a very odd toy, odd set. Love the way he went together. If you want to see how he goes together, you can check out my live stream of him. If you want to, but I absolutely love this guy. He's just so dumb. He fits so well with Nadiki. Just that he's just a weird, odd toy. Just very weird, very different, and he just looks. I don't want to say incredible in the sense that he's big and weird and different. Not really the sense that he's good. His articulation is weird, especially in his legs. He's such an odd toy, especially, and with Nadiki, they match because of that. They match because they are just such weird toys. And I got him on a really nice day. I went with my brother to pick up a Lego set, and then we went over to this toy shop, and I got him. I think my brother got Star Wars Lego set, an older one, and I also got Energon Scorponok with him, but I really like him. So this is the last new mainline toy I have besides Ratchet on the list, is Legacy Chase. And if you know, I absolutely love the Rescue Bots, and I adore Legacy Chase. Just the engineering is phenomenal. He looks amazing, obviously he's stylized, but he has the essence of the character still in him, just a little bit more gruff, with the detailings and everything, his face. I absolutely love this guy. And this mold made for a really nice looking Prime Cliffjumper retool. And I think I said that in my review of him. If I reviewed him, I can't quite remember. It's been a long time. But I do really, really like this guy. I love the claw. Just looks so cool. Love his colors. Uh, love his transformation. His transformation is so fun, so different, and just enjoyable. Just he's a very nice toy. I would really recommend getting this mold. If you like Prime Clip Jumper, I guess go try to find him on the aftermarket by himself, or just get the 3-pack if you still can, or 4-pack, whatever it is, or get Legacy Chase, because I really do really like him. He just looks amazing, and I'm so excited for more of the Rescue Bot toys to come out. And now the toy to end off our honorable mentions is Rescue Bot's Heatwave, and I really love this guy. I primarily got him in a lot with Boulder because I originally had Boulder when I was younger. I did not have the others. I just wanted to get the others so I could have the entire cast, or the Sigma 17 group. And this guy completely blindsided me. I absolutely love it. His transformation is just so addicting. It's so fun, so not clever, but just the fact that all these mechanisms inside here look fragile, but they still are just so tough. This is an amazing toy. If you can get either this one, the Energizer's one, or even the smaller one that stands, up about to this one's arm, that looks a bit more accurate, doesn't have this weird, not animation accurate sculpt. Any version of this mold, I would really recommend it. It's just so fun and tactile, just to flip it back and forth. Just the fact that it's a bit more involved, that you have to push the arms in, you have to flip out the toes. It's just a bit more involved than the others, and it's just a lot more tactile and fun to me. I just really like this guy. Just love Heatwave as a character, love his toy, and I'm glad he got a good toy. The first guy to kick off this list at number 10 is Deathsaurus, and I really love Deathsaurus. He is an amazing toy, and it just sucks because I got so much good stuff this year that he ends up at number 10. That's the only reason why he's down here, because he is an amazing toy, just phenomenal. But just like a lot of the new stuff that I got this year is that he's good, but he's just a tad bit boring to me. Obviously he can't be that boring because of who he is, what kind of toy he is. But just in general, compared to the other things on this list, which you'll see, at least in my opinion, he's just a touch boring. But I just really love him. He has amazing articulation, a very well thought out transformation. Everything about him, just once again, I wish he was a mainline release, or just a Commander, not a HasLab. Which I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get into that again, unless I need to, but not in this video. But I really do like this guy. That's the only reason why he ends up this far down, is that just the things that are higher up are a bit more interesting to me. But objectively, other than the number 2 spot, he is the best toy on this list. Just the way he's thought out, the way he does everything that he does, his look, just everything about him, objectively, other than the number 2 spot, which we'll get to obviously, he is the best. Just an incredible toy, figure, whatever you want to say, just amazing. Love the chrome, love that these are plastic, love the paint. He just looks incredible. And if you can get him for a good price, I would really recommend him because he is really good. So here we are at number 9, and we have G1 Sandstorm. And yes, he's above Deathsaurus, but he's just, if you haven't handled this guy, at least in my opinion, yeah, he only gets an elbow, and he's definitely an 86 toy. He's not to the degree of the 85 and 84 crew, but compared to the other 86 toys that I own, Rodimus, Ultra Magnus, I'm not going to knock Ultra Magnus, but Scourge, I think I have a couple others, but I really like him. He does what he does very interestingly, like converting into his Doom Buggy mode and then into his helicopter mode. He does it all very nicely, does it very efficiently, and it's just very fun and tactile. The only thing I would change is his legs not being sliders, because he does, like, yeah, there it goes. That is the only thing I would change for this guy. Maybe his arms, you could figure out maybe a little bit more with his arms, but other than that, they did a phenomenal job with translating him into a toy of what he has to do and the way he looks. I really like him. I like both versions. I like this toy version and the animation version. He's just a very fun, very cool toy. He does everything really nicely and very fun. You can just see that the toy enjoys what it does. Obviously, he's got some kibble on the back, but that's part of his design, as you can tell. And the animation models, they don't try to get rid of it. I just really, really like him. Just super, super fun toy. I would really recommend this guy. Here at number 8, we have Prime Dead End, and he was one of the later entries, and I absolutely love this guy. I love the Wheeljack mold. I think I don't really know. I really love his colors. Obviously, he's not Dead End, as you can tell, or the Dead End we know, but just his face is just so dumb. His colors kind of looks like Banzai-tron. At least his colors do. Maybe not his face, but his colors definitely look like Banzai-tron. But I adore this mold. If you can get your hands on this guy, the Wheeljack, I think the Dark Energon Wheeljack, the all-blue Wheeljack in transparent plastic. And I can't remember if there's another toy done in this mold. Probably like some Adventures toy from Takara. Or Transformers Go, like the Beast Hunters Wheeljack. I really like this mold. It's just so fun. It's so tactile and different. Like, it does a lot of things strangely, but it feels familiar in just that, just the way that the swords, or like how these like fins form, just is so cool. I wouldn't have ever thought of that if I was designing this toy. The way the legs work is very cool and neat. He's just a very fun and odd toy. Obviously, I really like his color scheme. It's just very, very cool, very, very neat. I just really recommend him because it is a really good toy. Just maybe a little bit out of date, he has no bicep swivel. His articulation is a little bit limited, especially due to his proportions. But other than that, he is a very, very nice and phenomenal toy. Really, the only thing that you would change on this guy is really just give him some bicep swivels, maybe a waist swivel. I think that could be fit in. And just change the ball joints to universal joints in his hips and shoulders. That's really the only thing you'd really have to change on this guy. Just like First Edition Prime, is that there's not really too much to change for this guy and this mold to be a good Wheeljack in the modern era. Number 7, which is Dreadwind. Not Dreadwing, Dreadwind. He forms the Dreadwing with his brother Darkwing, I think. I can't remember. I absolutely love this toy. I love Darkwing. I love Dreadwind. Just these two toys, I'm going to talk in general with both of them. They're just phenomenal. They're phenomenal toys, especially for their era. 1987, the toys still weren't great still then, but this guy and his brother are definitely phenomenal toys. I really recommend them, but they are expensive. But they're probably some of the best toys for their money for G1. I really, really love this guy. He has his arm articulation. He's got some wrist. He's not a complete brick like a lot of the other toys of his era. He is just so cool. Love the colors. And then you bring in the fact of Hydra and Buster from Super God Master Force, and it just makes me love the two molds even more. I am personally a Dreadwind guy. A Darkwing guy. I do like Dreadwind. He does a lot of cool stuff with his transformation, but I personally prefer Darkwing rather than Dreadwind. But they're still both very, very fun and cool toys. Really recommend them because they are phenomenal. Very nice toys, especially for their era. So here at number 6 is the Autobot Ambush 2-pack with Roadbuster and Dirge. And obviously I redid my video on it. I apologize again in this video. I don't understand what in the world happened with that first video. I apologize for that. But just this is the best retool of these, not retool, recolors or repaints of these molds, I think, in general, other than the BotCon Springer or Collector Club Springer from the Hot Shot mold. Other than that, and maybe another BotCon repaint of this guy, this mold, I just love them. They look amazing and phenomenal. Just the colors just match. This, him being green, him being blue, I don't know why. Just my mind melds them together and make them match. They're phenomenal molds on their own. The colors are the best of their molds, in my personal opinion. Just the only bad thing about these toys is that they are quite expensive, especially if you want them sealed or with their box. I think you can get them for a decent price by themselves like this, like loose. But with their box, I think they're quite expensive. I haven't looked again because I have them. But I just really like them. So here at number 5, it's almost the same as number 10 with Deathsaurus, is that I'm so thankful and happy that I have this guy. Finally, I have the two third-party toys that I have wanted forever and ever with Iron Will and now the Warden. Is just that these next 4 are just phenomenal toys, and this guy just unfortunately ended up at, number 5 because of that. Is that I got him fairly late in the year, and just he was just a victim of circumstance. That's what. But overall, he's a phenomenal toy, but not for his price. $300 10 years ago, I'd say, yeah, he's worth the price. But $300 now, I don't think so. Especially when we might get one down the road here in about 3 years, I bet. Just the fact that they did Tarn, and Hasbro did Tarn, and they're probably going to do more IDW stuff. I just think that he's going to get a toy eventually. I really am looking forward to it, but I'm glad I got mine for a really good price. I got mine just the tiniest little bit below $200, and I'm really happy that I do have him. I just love the toy. It's phenomenal. I think I will end up getting the upgrade kit sometime, maybe not this year, but next year. But it's just an amazing toy. Absolutely love it. But I cannot recommend him for $300, especially now. If you can get him for $200, definitely go for it. $250, I would say yes. Especially if you have a Fort Max. He looks really nice with Fort Max. But other than that, I'm not saying he's bad. It's just that he's not worth $300. Back in the day, 10 years ago, easily worth $300. But now, just the fact that he's older and that's really it, is that he should have depreciated in value a little bit. That's my only reason, is that he should have depreciated a tiny bit with his value, but other than that, he's a phenomenal toy and just merely a victim of circumstance when it came to this list. Here, number 4 is, of course, the legendary King of Braves, Gal-Gadar, and, man, I love this toy as much. I'm not the biggest fan of Gal-Gadar the show. He feels different compared to the other Brave toys, especially the one in general, but I can't knock him. He's just such a great toy. I love it. The reason why I say he doesn't feel like the other Brave toys is that he transforms more like a Super Sentai toy, that he doesn't transform into something else. He transforms into different components rather than into one big machine, or breaks apart. You have one big machine to form the super mode and then your base robot. He doesn't feel like a Transformer toy or a Brave toy. He feels more like a Super Sentai toy to me, but in the best way possible. He doesn't feel. I own the original Megazord, and he has the same sort of aura as that. Is that before they got to just sort of not junk, but not really doing too much with them, it was at this level. Is that each component did a very fun, intuitive, very intuitive, well thought out piece of the combined mode. He's a phenomenal toy, and he is one of the easier to find Brave toys. You'll still pay around $200 to $300, but you will find him much easier than other toys. So, of course, here at number 3, it has to be the Jay Decker. It takes the sort of in-depthness that comes with the GaoGaiGar, like multiple steps, sort of, and it gives it the styling of the rest of this Brave series and like the Transformers of that. You get two vehicles and they combine together, not how the GaoGaiGar works, but you have the complexity of sort of like previously on the list, like Sandstorm and Dreadwind, just that this late sort of chonk, still has the G1 style heftness and size and like blockiness, but coupled with this simple but yet somewhat the interesting and complex transformation. Like the way the arms work is super fun. It's just an amazing toy to have. It feels like a Transformer, feels like a Takara Transformers toy. Like the Brave series is, this toy feels amazing. It takes sort of like the ideas of X-Kaiser, but gives it a much more satisfying, intuitive, and fun transformation than, X-Kaiser really doesn't do much. But he doesn't do a lot either, but he certainly does a whole lot more, and it makes me love him even more. And just, that the toy turned 30 this year makes it even cooler. And I really recommend this toy, but just the fact that obviously you're going to pay around $200 to $300, but you'll get that with a lot of the main toys from the Brave series, and just in general with like Star Saber and like Victory Leo, you're going to pay around that price as well for them, I think. But just that I have not seen a lot of these guys, but if you can hunt one down and you're willing to spend the money on him, I really, really, really recommend this guy. He is just phenomenal and amazing. Number 2 and number 1 have had a commanding lead on this list for the entirety of the year because I got them so early. I got this guy in like January or February, and he has been commanding this list at the first, second, and third spot this entire year. Never went below the third spot. I adore this toy. He is the reason why Jay Decker, the GaoGaiGar, and my poor Warden ended up at the spots they are, because they could not take it from this guy. I love the Perfect Effects Warden, I love the GaoGaiGar, and I love to death Jay Decker, but they could not take the second spot from this guy. He's got enough big pieces on him that he doesn't feel fiddly. Obviously, there is some clashing, there is some fiddly bits, but he's complex enough to where I feel like, all right, I'll just take him off the shelf, take a little bit of time to transform him and have fun with it. But I don't feel frustrated when I transform him. Obviously, there might be a little bit of frustration for some people, but for me, he has a perfect balance of complexity, fiddliness, but not to the complex and aggravating level. He is big, he's heavy, he's got some die-cast in these pieces. He might have some die-cast in his legs, but those are the two main pieces of die-cast that I know of. Love his design, as stupid as it is, and as not Bone Crusher that it is. Bone Crusher fits him. Not saying that he should be named Bone Crusher, but the name definitely fits this guy. But really, really love this guy. If he did not have the hip ratchet crap or whatever, the hip ratchet's breaking, he would be a phenomenal toy, and I would recommend him. If you don't worry about the hips breaking, go right ahead, buy him. I really recommend him. But if you don't want him to break, I'd still say buy him and go and fix them, because he's such a phenomenal, amazing toy. Just it's almost hard to explain just how amazing this toy truly is. They did a lot to make this toy good, and you can definitely see the influence of this toy in the MPM Brawl. I don't own MPM Brawl, I really want to, but you can see the influence that this toy had on that toy. Just that super detailed, super good transformation, but not a headache, at least to me for this guy. The only issue is the hips. The hip ratchets, only issue, in my personal opinion, with this toy. There's nothing else wrong. Here we are at number 1. And this guy held number 1 for the entire time that I got him. And I haven't even taken him out of his box. He's completely sealed. Unfortunately, he fell off of my shelf, and he took a dent straight to the back, which I'm very upset about. But I love this toy. He's just like the Perfect Effects Warden. Is that I have wanted this guy forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and now I finally have him. Finally have him, and he's just so incredible. I haven't even opened him. I never will, but he's just such a cool toy. I love this guy. I love the fact that I got him for $50. You know, I got him for a steal. It was just amazing to get him. I wanted him for so incredibly long, and now that I finally have him, you know, I don't feel empty or anything. I'm just so happy to have him. It's such a phenomenal thing to own. I thought it'd take me a million more years to own it, and just the fact that I own it now, and I'm so incredibly happy to own it. You know, I've had 3 big grails knocked off. This guy, Perfect Effects Warden, and the Iron Will. He's just such a phenomenal thing. I absolutely love it to pieces. I love owning it. And it's just a box, basically. It's just a box. You can hear it rattling, but it's just a box at this point. But I love it. Just like Bone Crusher, it had such a demanding lead. I knew nothing was going to take number 1. As much as I love Jay Decker, as much as I love Bone Crusher, and the Perfect Effects Warden, and the Galgai Gar, is that I knew that those 4 were never going to take the number 1 spot from him. Bone Crusher was the closest, but he still never could. Is that the joy I had of opening this guy up, the joy of getting him for a great deal, the joy of just everything that came from this toy couldn't be surpassed. Could not be surpassed. And I'm so incredibly thankful and happy to have this. So that's 10 down to 1. I hope you guys liked my list. I surely liked the list. I really like all the stuff that I got this year. From the stuff that I bought, the gifts that I received. I love being able to not just get the stuff that I got, but also just the fact that I was able to go to so many different places, to all these stores and fairs, and it's so incredibly fun. I really love getting this stuff also incentivizes me to, go travel, and that also really helps. It just makes it even more fun, like just going out and doing stuff with like my brother or my mom, or just by myself, just being able to do stuff alone. It's a very refreshing time just to go do stuff like this. And, I just really like making this video. I look forward to it every year. So, and I hope to do this. And there's a group picture upcoming. And I apologize for it. It's not very great because just for how much stuff I had, I couldn't really get it wide enough. I had to pull my camera back so far back that you just can't really see the individual box. You can really only see the big stuff and the stuff in the front. So I apologize for that. But just with the stuff, with the camera I have, it's not very great, but I still really like always doing this. I did this in 2022, and I wish I did it for 2023, and I'll definitely do it next year. So that's 10 down to 1, or more like 15, 17 down to 1 with all the honorable mentions I always include. But like I've said throughout this year, I got a lot of cool things. Didn't get a lot of modern stuff, really. The stuff that I got for my birthday and Christmas was really the only exceptions. Other than that, I didn't get a whole lot of modern stuff. Just a lot of good stuff came out, but nothing really piqued my interest. Really, only the Missing Link Optimus and the G1 Universe Optimus really were the only things that piqued my interest. But I didn't go in on them. Hopefully, I can pick those up next year, upcoming year. But yeah, just all the things that have happened, especially here recently with the cancellation of Legacy, but the release of the Age of Primes, which I think is really cool. I definitely think Legacy should have gone on a little bit longer, but it's okay. Age of Primes looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to some of those toys, or the toys that are upcoming, like Rescue Bots Heatwave. Looking forward to that. All the Studio Series stuff with Devastator and Megatron, and hopefully they do more Bayverse stuff. Like, I would really love to see them do Last Night Onslaught. I just love what he transforms into. But, just so many things to look forward to this year and this upcoming year. Not this year, because, there's basically none of it left. But it's been a phenomenal year. I've had a lot of fun, like going to all the places that I showed off in the slideshow. Like collector fairs, collector stores, BotCon, there's all sorts of stuff. It was just a very, very amazing year, and I'm looking forward very much to this upcoming year, and I want to talk about that for just a quick second. So, I have found out how to schedule videos, and the reason why I bring this up is that at the end of, about midpoint of February, I'm planning on joining the National Guard, which is going to, obviously make it to where I can't make videos and upload them on the day of that I make them. But I found out to schedule them, so hopefully nothing will change with the upload schedule. But if something does, that's the reason why I'm not going to be here. Obviously, this is just the plan. I might not go. I might, but just to keep you just a little bit informed about that, is that is going to happen, and I'm going to miss out on some things. I'm going to miss out on BotCon, I'm going to miss out on some collector fairs, and the flea market that I always go to. But it's more opportunities, just something that I'm looking forward to, and just because I'm doing that doesn't mean I'm not going to go and try to make it to other, go to more thrift stores, go do more things and stuff like that. But just because that's going to happen doesn't mean I'm going to miss out on other things. I'm going to get different opportunities, and I would really like to do some different videos. Like, I want to make a video about G1 Fortress Maximus. I want to do like a Q&A at some time if I get enough comments on whatever video that I can do one with. And I am working on right now sort of remastering my old Ranking the Transformer Shows video. So hopefully that could come out sometime. But just 2025 obviously is going to be missing out on some stuff, but it's also going to be an opportunity for way more cool things to happen. And I'm just really, really excited. And, I thank you guys so much for watching all the videos that I make, enjoying them, because like I've said in the past before, is that I do this stuff because I enjoy it. I've just always wanted to do it, and whether one person watches it or a million people watch it, I'm completely fine just staying here and making what I love to make. But the fact that you guys also like doing it, like watching these videos, just makes me happy, is that I'm not the only person that's getting enjoyment out of them now, that other people enjoy it as well. So I thank you very, very much for the 403 subscribers or whatever, and just how many views my videos get, even though it's not the greatest amount, but I still enjoy seeing that people, enjoy watching my videos. So I thank you guys for that, and, just to 2025, I'm really excited for everything that's going to be upcoming. Even though I'm going to miss out on some stuff, and things are going to change a little bit, more just like not on the channel. I'm going to upload videos the same, but more just going to stuff and life in general. But on the channel, nothing's really going to change. But here's the 2025. Hopefully, it's just as good of a year as 2024. So, till next time, see ya.